Hi, and welcome to another episode of Baranov TV, designed to demystify the world of accounts and tax and to help your business grow. In today's episode, I wanted to take you through some of the more important aspects of the most recent Xero product update, which Chris and I attended this morning. One of the reasons we really like Xero as a software option for our clients is that it's constantly evolving. They're constantly taking on board feedback from users and adding new functionality and new features and tweaking things that don't quite work as well as they could to make the experience so much better for users. So what I want to do is run you through 3 examples of that evolution that we think could be really useful to clients. This does come with an apology to those of our clients who aren't Xero users. The vast majority of you though are users, and we think these will be really useful. So here we go. Okay, so you can see from the screen that we're already in Xero and we're in the demo company, which is up here. And what I wanted to do was take you through, as I mentioned before, 3 different areas of Xero that have been developed that we think will be useful. The first one of those is credit limits. It's a way of making sure that unpaid orders don't exceed an amount that you've decided you're comfortable with for each individual customer. It's only applicable where you're using the new Xero invoicing functionality, where you've got the new format and you've got Classic. Unfortunately, this doesn't work in Classic, as a couple of the others that I'm going to mention later on also apply. Invoices where the credit amount will exceed the total that you set for the client won't be able to be authorised. They will only sit as draft invoices, and until the credit limit for that customer reduces below the total that you're comfortable with that you've set, those invoices will just sit as drafts. Once the credit total has reduced, you will then need to go back into the invoice and approve it and send it as normal. It's not possible to use this for recurring invoices because those go automatically. Those are already preset, so it is only with individual invoices that you generate. So looking over at Xero, to actually look at this, what you need to do is go into your contact first. So we're in contacts here, and we will go all contacts, and we'll just choose the top one, which is where we were, 24 locks. And you can see that we've got no bills awaiting payment at the moment. When you want to set the credit limit, you go into edit, as you would do to add any other information on here, and you can go scroll down to financial details, this section here, and you will see that under the company registration number you've got a credit limit amount, and you can set that to be whatever you're comfortable with. So you could say £5,000 just for a number. And what you need to do then is come into this credit limit block. The default is do not block sending invoices past credit limit. What you want to do is block sending invoices past credit limit. And that will actually stop then when any invoices are raised, that will stop that invoice being generated if that's going to take them past the £5,000 limit. Obviously, what you also want to do is remember to save the settings that you've set up. So when you now want to go in and raise an invoice for this customer, you can go in and you can see here, when you hover over the customer name, the credit limit is £5,000 and the credit available is £5,000. Now, if there were amounts outstanding, you would also see those in this box here. You would see the total overdue payments and you would see the actual outstanding balance as at that moment in time. So the only things to remember with this is that if you are giving credit to any of your customers, you need to make sure that you're comfortable with the amount that you're actually granting them in by way of credit, because you are actually subsidising another business. And particularly given the economy at the moment, you may not want to do that. That may not be the best use of your cash, putting it effectively into somebody else's bank account. So think very carefully per customer what that limit needs to be. Also, as we always say, please make sure that you've got robust terms and conditions that people are actually physically signing up to, so that you can enforce those should you need to, and also make sure that you've got a robust debt chasing process. And if you need any help with that, please do get in touch. The second thing that has been a long requested feature of Xero is a delivery address for invoices. Now this will show on any invoice that you raise, again only through the new invoicing option. So you can show both a delivery address and a billing address on your invoices. You can add the delivery address through the contact information, as we saw just now. If we pop back to all contacts and let's go to 7-Eleven and edit again, when you open the information on here, you've got a street address, and it's this street address that will be used for a delivery address. Obviously the default is same as postal address, but if you want to use a delivery address, you would put that in here, and that would then come out on an invoice as a delivery address. You must do this and must select the delivery address each time you raise an invoice, and when you do that, when you're raising a new invoice, there's a box that you tick to actually choose to put a delivery address. It's not a default. Once you've set it on this screen, it doesn't then become a default. You actually have to request that to be visible when you raise an invoice each time. Okay, and the third thing that we wanted to just talk about is a project's profitability dashboard. Now, I can't show you that on the demo company. It's not visible on here that I can find. But essentially, if you're using projects, it enables you to look at on a per project basis the profitability of that individual project. To be able to use it, you must be a project's admin user to be able to access it. And it includes a range of different charts and tables and key figures for each project. So you can see the amounts invoiced so far against any estimates you've made. You can see a breakdown of costs, of tasks and expenses for the project, and you can see the profitability of the project, which is based on the total amount invoiced less the project costs. And Xero did say this morning that there is still more development on the way for projects. We don't have many clients, not many of you are actually using it at the moment, but if you do use projects and that would be of interest, then do get in touch and we can talk you through actually how to get to grips with it a little bit more. So hopefully that's interesting. Those, certainly the first two, we think will be quite useful for a number of you, and particularly obviously that credit limit side of things. So I hope that's interesting. If you need to know any more, then do get in touch. Otherwise, I'll see you all very soon.